मैं अपने करियर में बहुत बार मैन इन यूनिफॉर्म प्ले कर चुका हूँ, लेकिन उसकी ह्यूमन साइड को पकड़ना ज़्यादातर नहीं होता है।
I really enjoy being Neeti. She really reminds me of myself in my college days.
चैलेंजिंग ये लगता है कि क्या आप वापस से वही पकड़ पाएंगे। ये अवार्ड सिर्फ दिल्ली क्राइम को नहीं था, पूरे हमारे इंडियन फिल्म फ्रेटर्निटी का, क्योंकि पहला हिंदुस्तान का अवार्ड है वो, तो उसका प्रेशर तो सबको लेना चाहिए, हर सीरीज बनाने वाले को।
I don't feel the pressure of awards so much. Maybe the pressure goes on to the directors and writers more than it stays with the actors, because we used to have a saying in film school कि कुछ अच्छा किया तो एक्टर की वजह से, कुछ बुरा हुआ तो डायरेक्टर की गलती है।
I was excited. It was a great opportunity. You have the best actors in India. You have Shefali Shah, Rasika, Rajesh. I think we say season 1, people came for the crime, but they fell in love with these characters.
Yes. Still as sincere, still as nervous in front of Vartika Chaturvedi, I think, especially when she messes up.
इसको समझ में नहीं आ रही बात। प्रॉब्लम इसकी ये है, बेटी को कोई शादी की पड़ी ही नहीं है, वही है।
Delhi Crime Season 1 shook the audience with a very realistic portrayal of an incident we'll never be able to forget. What does Season 2 entail and what's in store for us? To talk to us all about it, we have the director Tanuj Chopra, actors Rasika Dugal and Rajesh Tailang here with us today. Hi everyone, welcome to News 18 Showsha.
Thank you.
Before we go into talking about the Season 2, let's talk about the kind of appreciation and awards that came in the way for Season 1. And going into Season 2, I mean, what has the thoughts been and what has the impact been on you as people who were part of Season 1 and the kind of appreciation that came your way?
I'm always very excited to go into Season 2s, and especially for a character like Neeti Singh. I really enjoy being Neeti. She really reminds me of myself in my college days. So I was very excited to see where they're going to take her in Season 2, and I was very happy to graph her journey through Season 2 with Tanuj. So for actors it's always exciting, and I think it's a tough job for writers, because the novelty of seeing new characters is done, and then you have to sort of take those existing characters to another place from where you left them off at the end of Season 1.
Right. Rajesh ji.
सीज़न 2 कभी भी आप करते हैं तो एज एन एक्टर आपको एक चैलेंजिंग भी लगता है, एक्साइटिंग भी लगता है। चैलेंजिंग ये लगता है कि क्या आप वापस से वही पकड़ पाएंगे, तो उसके लिए देन द राइटिंग एंड द डायरेक्शन हेल्प्स यू। लेकिन जब आप थोड़ी मसल मेमोरी भी होती है कि आप फिर से आप पहुंचते हैं सेट पे, सेम लोगों को देखते हैं, सेम कॉस्ट्यूम में जाते हैं, उसकी एक खुशबू होती है और आप फिर से शायद पकड़ पाते हैं।
राइट। जो अवार्ड्स और अप्रिसिएशन मिला उसकी वजह से हाउ मच ऑफ इट was it about satisfaction and validation, and how much was it that it puts pressure on you कि okay now we'll have to up the ante for Season 2?
अवार्ड मिलना तो एक खुशी की बात है, और एट द सेम टाइम मुझे ये लगता है कि ये अवार्ड सिर्फ दिल्ली क्राइम को नहीं था, पूरे हमारे इंडियन फिल्म फ्रेटर्निटी का, क्योंकि पहला हिंदुस्तान का अवार्ड है वो एक तरह से, तो उसका प्रेशर तो सबको लेना चाहिए, हर सीरीज बनाने वाले को।
I mean, awards are always a bonus, and it's very nice to have it. It's very nice to be acknowledged and recognized for the work that you've done. And I was very grateful that a show like Delhi Crime had been acknowledged, because I think it was made with so much sensitivity and so much skill, you know. And I was very proud of the work of my team members. It was a very beautiful creative collaboration. So I was happy that that was acknowledged. I don't feel the pressure of awards so much. Maybe the pressure goes on to the directors and writers more than it stays with the actors, because we used to have a saying in film school कि कुछ अच्छा किया तो एक्टर की वजह से, कुछ बुरा हुआ तो डायरेक्टर की गलती है। It goes the other way around.
What is the saying?
If the performance is bad, it's the director's fault for casting them, actually.
Okay.
See, so it's always the director's fault when things go wrong.
But going into Season 2, Tanuj, and because of the kind of the standards that Season 1 has set, tell me how overwhelming was it?
There's pressure always, but for me, I didn't feel overwhelmed. I was excited. It was a great opportunity. You have the best actors in India. You have Shefali Shah, Rasika, Rajesh. I mean, it's an opportunity. Someone like me is looking forward to a show like this, and what it's achieved is very difficult for anybody to do. The show came from the outside and did it. So when you get there, it's what a great place to start working on. You know, the hard work is done in a way.
Right. This season again takes on a very realistic crime incident that we know of. Tell us a little bit about what to expect and what's the narrative like.
You know, you can expect to see a lot of the same style as season 1, but we've grown in production value and scale and style. You know, we can't do the same crime in season 1, and no one can touch a crime like that too. It's important that shows grow and evolve. So this season we're showing a different kind of case where the police have to not only find out who's committed the crime, but also have to look inward and think about how they go about those cases.
Yes. Is that why, if I may say so, this season kind of also delves a little more into the characters and their personal lives? That's
the signature of the show. You know, we like to show what our characters go through outside of the station and then also inside of the station. And I think we say season 1, people came for the crime, but they fell in love with these characters. In season 2, they're returning for the characters. So it's important to see how they've grown, how they've changed. You don't want to stay in the same place, stagnant, doing the same thing over and over. These characters have so much more to share.
Rasika, how have things changed for Neeti from season 1 to season 2?
Season 1, you see her as a trainee officer, and in season 2, she's been promoted to ACP. And so she's, I think in season 1, she was very wide-eyed, a little nervous about her job, really trying to find her way. And she gets thrown into a very serious case, and she's trying to find her way around that. But season 2, I think she's more comfortable, more at ease with her work, still as sincere, still as nervous in front of Vartika Chaturvedi, I think, especially when she messes up. But otherwise, yeah, I'm just more like a lived-in cop. I think for me, the interesting thing was to see her personal journey in season 2, and I think her journey in season 2 is about trying to navigate her personal and professional life, and not really being able to succeed at giving either the attention that she feels she wants to give it.
Isn't that the story of all of us?
It is, and that's why this was a track that was important to us, and we graphed it very beautifully with my co-actor Akash Dahiya, who plays my husband, and I'm very actually curious to see how the audience responds to this.
राजेश जी, आप अभी भी लड़की की शादी के लिए लड़का ढूंढ रहे हैं?
हाँ, ये इसको समझ में नहीं आ रही बात. प्रॉब्लम इसकी ये है, बेटी को कोई शादी की पड़ी नहीं है, वही है. वो फिर से ऐसी शादी में ना जाए तो अच्छी बात है, लेकिन ठीक है. हाँ, वो एक चल रहा है. थोड़ा समझ में आया उसको कि अब रिश्तेदारी से हटके थोड़ा अगर कोई सोशल प्लेटफॉर्म्स के थ्रू अगर कोई रिश्ता हो पाए, थोड़ा बाहर जाने की
ऑनलाइन प्रोफाइल बनाने की कोशिश चल रही है.
ऑनलाइन प्रोफाइल हो जाए तो वो तो है. बाकी उसकी जो पर्सनल लाइफ में ये बदलाव है, और प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में तो दिल्ली में जैसे कहते हैं ना, वो पुराना चावल है. वो ही इज़ इन सर्विस फॉर लास्ट 27 ईयर्स. तो वो वैसा ही वो क्या ढल चुका है उस हिसाब से. सो ही नोज व्हाट टू डू. एंड इसमें एक ख़ास घटना से गुजरता है, वो अभी बताना नहीं है, लेकिन एक ख़ास चीज़ है.
जी लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू दैट. बट आपका और शिफाली का जो सीन्स हैं बेसिकली सीजन 1 में लोगों को बहुत पसंद आया है. इन सीजन 2 what kind of interactions people should be looking forward to between you and other actors?
देखिए, वर्तिका चतुर्वेदी और भूपेंद्र सिंह का एक रिश्ता
अलग है,
खास है
जी. और
वो खास रिश्ता में जिसमें क्या कहना है, उस जो डेजिग्नेशन का फ़र्क है, उसका लिहाज भी है, और उसके अलावा भी देखकर उसके बावजूद वो कनेक्ट करते हैं एक दूसरे से, शेयर करते हैं एक दूसरे के बाउंसिंग बोर्ड है, और इमोशनली भी और पर्सनल बात भी करते हैं. तो वो रिश्ता है, कायम है अभी भी.
Tanuj, I've watched the first episode, and one thing that really struck me was that you're going really zooming right into the gruesomeness of the murder and everything. Was that deliberate?
I mean, sure. You know, audiences, especially with streaming, have only so much time to give a show. You know, and we have to catch them as early as possible. The story starts with the murder, so it's something that we put in the front. You know, if you wait too long for it, people might not get them.
Right, right, right. And what is it about crime-based shows that's so appealing to the audience? I mean, we see them on television, on OTT, they're always a success.
I mean, it's the procedural of it all. You know, people like to follow the logic of how a case is solved, and I think audiences like the process of figuring. You know, and that keeps you hooked. I think that's what attracts with procedurals. The audience is engaged watching. They're constantly figuring. They're actively watching, and that's the space you want the audience in.
Right, right. Rasika, you've obviously been part of so many successful OTT projects by now, you know, and it's really lovely to see you come back on screen and everything. And recently, you've also been part of a campaign talking about colorism. Was that something that you felt really deeply for, and have you faced such discriminations yourself?
You know, in our country, discrimination in terms of color is something that even if you haven't personally experienced, you've sort of heard it around you several times. I mean, there have been enough fairness products which have been endorsed endlessly to us forever.
Yes.
And whether somebody said something to you directly or not, you've been a part of a society which sort of has told you that one way to be is more desirable than the other. Yeah. So I mean, all of us have lived with it, and that's always around, and that's something which is not fair. So we, whenever there is an opportunity to sort of express my views on it, and especially through, I think Bazaar did a very good cover on addressing this and being inclusive about
body image issues and
yes.
stuff. Yes.
So I think it's whenever I get an opportunity to be a part of things like this, I'm very happy to be.
Rajesh ji, Delhi Crime of course has been a great success. आप बताइए, how has life changed for you, and आप अभी जो projects ले रहे हैं इसके बाद, how have those changed? Has anything changed in you as an actor after this show?
डेफिनेटली दिल्ली क्राइम एक एक्टर के लिए एक बहुत क्या कहें, एक ऐसी चीज़ एक्सप्लोर करने का मौका मिला जो अक्सर आपको नहीं मिलता है, क्योंकि मैं अपने करियर में बहुत बार मैन इन यूनिफॉर्म प्ले कर चुका हूँ, चाहे वो आर्मी का हो, चाहे वो पुलिस का हो, लेकिन उसकी ह्यूमन साइड को पकड़ना ज़्यादातर नहीं होता है. मतलब या तो करप्ट कॉप्स होते हैं या सुपर कॉप्स होते हैं, ह्यूमन कॉप्स तो यही हुए. तो एज एन एक्टर डेफिनेटली इसमें मैन बिहाइंड यूनिफॉर्म, ह्यूमंस बिहाइंड यूनिफॉर्म को पकड़ने, वो एक एक्टर के लिए हमेशा एक क्या कहना, एक्सप्लोर करने का अच्छा मौका होता है, और बड़ी खुशी होती है कि वो छोटी छोटी चीज़ें जो आपने पकड़ने की कोशिश की लोगों तक पहुंची हैं. तो डेफिनेटली उसके बाद बहुत अप्रिसिएशन मिला, और उसको वो एज एन एक्टर आपको यही बताता है कि आप सही रास्ते पे हैं.
Ji, great. I'm sure this show is on the Sahi Rasta, like you're saying, and people are waiting for Delhi Crime Season 2, and they will definitely love it. Thank you so much for your time today, Rajesh ji, Rasika, Tanuj. It was great chatting with you, and all the best for Season 2.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.